as we will send you to the Extreme Halftime Report and rejoin you right after this.
MC22 doesn't take a week off. Every week of the regular season, MC22 will bring you the biggest plays, the rising stars, and the best matchups in high school football. After the final play, catch the replay of the game Friday night at 10 p.m. with more replays Saturday, Sunday, and all week long. MC22 is the original home of full game coverage of high school sports.
And welcome to the Extreme Halftime Show powered by MediaCom. I'm Rob Brooks, and let's take a look at the matchups that you can catch right here this week on MediaCom MC22. Let's head out to Central Iowa. The Bondurant Farrar Blue Jays are flying high in week number 9. The Blue Jays have outscored their last 3 opponents a combined 148-20. Bondurant features Titus Cram and a punishing running game. Cram in his junior campaign has sailed past the 1,000-yard mark again this season. It's must-win time for the Norwalk Warriors. Landon Hookstein is the man who leads the Warriors. Hookstein is nearing 2,000 yards passing and also leads the team in rushing. The Warriors offense can certainly light up the scoreboard, but the Bondurant defense has allowed only more than 2 scores in 1 game this year. For the final week of the regular season, the Quad Cities crew is bringing action from both sides of the Mississippi. Thursday in Iowa, the Assumption Knights host the Maquoketa Cardinals. Senior Cardinals quarterback Casey Copley looks to break a long losing streak. Junior quarterback Jake Timmons and the Knights are also hoping for the same. Who will end their season on a high note and a much-needed victory. Crossing the river, the conference championship is on the line in the Lincoln Trail Conference. The undefeated Titans from Anawan Wethersfield top the conference, but the Mercer County Golden Eagles are right behind the Titans with only 1 conference loss. It's an important contest for the playoffs. Sheldon takes their 4-4 record to Spirit Lake. They have a tough task ahead as the 2-time state defending champions. Spirit Lake Indians host the 2A playoff game. MC22 concludes its regular season coverage of Mid-Missouri football in Jefferson City with the Kirksville Tigers and Capital City Cavaliers. Capital City stunned the CMAC with 4 conference wins in 2022 under the running attack of senior Hurley Jacobs. With district playoff seeding on the line, they pick up 1 more win and go 7-2 on the season. It's another all-city matchup this week in Southwest Missouri as the Parkview Vikings head to the north side to take on the Hillcrest Hornets. Both teams have played very difficult schedules in the Ozark Conference and have yet to get into the win column. That will change for one of these programs tonight. Last year, the win went to Hillcrest 21-20. It's the latest chapter in the Grant Street rumble between the Vikings and the Hornets. Thank you for joining us for the Extreme Halftime Show powered by MediaCom on MC22. Stay tuned for second half action of your local MC22 game after these messages.
Let's take a look at the game overview presented by MediaCom Bolt. We're taking fast further. Be among the first in your community to get lightning fast internet by pre-registering at MediaComCable.com/Bolt. That's MediaComCable.com/Bolt. Tons to break down, but the biggest difference between these two teams,
I mean, the biggest difference between these two teams is just quite simply just how they're getting their yardage more than anything. We take a look at Isaac Danielson going 13 for 22 with 150 yards. Not a bad performance from him tonight. Drew Chrisman getting the bulk of the work this evening, 96 yards, 7 receptions, and getting a touchdown on the board. Jalen Kent with the INT, and then how about the punter for Kirksville too? 2 punts, 92 yards, not too bad, but 46-yard average for Kendrick Hartman, nothing to sneeze at. And you look at Capital City on the other hand too, 2 turnovers on the evening. It's kind of what keeping Kirksville in the game. But we take a look at the third down conversions. Capital City very, very efficient with those at 6 for 7. Hayden Carroll going 2 for 6, but 26 yards in the evening. Hurley Jacobs, 67 yards. He's got a touchdown. And then Jalen Thomas, 102 yards already in the first half. But one of the most explosive plays happened early in the first, the Dante McRoberts pick 6, and Capital City was looking for quite a few. And, just once again, just the ability for Capital City to read out plays and make you pay quickly has stood out. But I'm going to be interested to see how these two quarterbacks are really going to lead their teams going into half number 2.
Well, let's take a look at it, Joe. Isaac Danielson, of course, a touchdown and an interception. Hayden Carroll, most of his job in the backfield tonight has been done directing the offense instead of being that guy that is delivering the ball to folks around the field. And that's been the story of the year for this Capital City team. They like to keep the ball on the ground opposed to Kirksville, who has this spread offense attack and runs more of a West Coast style offense.
No question, man. You're going to see that happen a little bit more going into the second half. And you said it best. There's a difference between a guy who's getting the yards done, or at least making the yards happen on his own, than someone who's kind of a game director. And that's what we see Hayden Carroll do with his renewal, or at least his directors of the rushing offense. And meanwhile, for Isaac Danielson, going to be interested to see how he's going to be utilizing Kent and Chrisman going into the second half. Because keep in mind, Kirksville's going to have the ball, and if they can score quickly and get a few extra stops, it could be a story of what we've seen Capital City do all year. Let their opponents get a little bit closer, but can the Cavaliers hold on?
Well, if they can hold on, that would put them in really good position for next week. It would set up a matchup right here at Atkins Stadium between their former foe of the Battle Spartans. But I guess the more important thing as far as this matchup is concerned when it comes to local standings would be the CMAC standings, as Capital City tied right now in overall records with Helias, but a win tonight and a Helias loss could put them in a tie for second place, unless Joe's got better information than I do, which a lot of times he does.
I don't know about better information, but I mean, you could take a look at just at the CMAC, and really, if you compare this to last year too, is Capital City coming in at 4-2 and right now 6-2 on the year thus far. Should Rockbridge stumble and stub their toe and Helias lose tonight, overall on the record, yeah, Capital City finishing at that top mark, at that second place mark. But at the conference, going from near the cellar to third place, not a bad jump for Joe Collier and company, and it's going to be interesting to see how this program's going to move forward in the years to come, and more importantly, in the playoff picture, which, I mean, you take a look at the CMAC standings, same as it ever was, with Helias near the top, but a Rockbridge coming back all the way under first-year head coach of Matt Perkins. So, going to be interested to see how the CMAC's going to shake out in the next couple of years. But we got to worry about right now, and that is indeed the playoff picture coming into next week. As right now, as you take a look as it stands, Capital City would be the 3. Helias is the 2 as it stands, just because of that 2-point thriller that the Crusaders topped the Cavaliers just a few weeks ago. But Capital City would have an opportunity to host a playoff game here in Atkins Stadium against Battle. And then if Helias were to beat Liberty Woodsville, that would set up a matchup right down the road 2 weeks from tonight. But also, to get past this district final, you got to get past Holt, which we know has been one of the most dominant teams in Class 5 all season long. So this is going to be an interesting fight to the finish over the next couple of weeks, and just going to be excited to see really this matchup between Elias and Capital City. So I would love to see a rematch should it shake out between the Crusaders and the Cavaliers.
Well, I don't know if it is going to shake out, because right now Elias on the road taking on Vianney, up 52-7 at half, and Capital City, of course, leading right here at Battle. So Capital City and Elias both get a win, the standings will stay as they are.
Well, I mean, in the semifinal too, should have both. We could see them two match up again 2 weeks from now, so that could be quite interesting too.
Well, we'll see how it all shakes out. First, we've got another half of football to get through here at Atkins Stadium as the Capital City Cavaliers lead 21-7. They've done it off the backs of their running game. Jalen Thomas with a house call in the first quarter, but Kirksville continuing to fight. The defense of Capital City coming up big. Dante McRoberts, number 6, went for 6 to give Capital City a 14-0 lead, and then the big man, senior Hurley Jacobs, knocking in another to make it 21-7. We'll have the rest of the second half right after this on MC 22.
Get fast, reliable internet from Mediacom for free. Visit MediacomCable.com/ACP to see if you qualify for the Affordable Connectivity Program. Qualifying customers can get super fast speeds up to 100 meg for free. You'll have the speed you need for streaming, video chatting, online learning, and more. Plus powerful in-home Wi-Fi and 99.99% network reliability. Visit MediacomCable.com/ACP today to learn more.
The Cavalier faithful has come in full force tonight to support their seniors on senior night and celebrate homecoming here in J.C. Mo as we get set for the third quarter of action from Atkins Stadium. And I wonder how long these Capital City fans will be coming to Atkins Stadium to support their Cavaliers. Soon enough, Capital City will have their own field ready to go, and they'll play at home.
That they will, so this could very well be well, we can't say it is the final regular season home game here at Atkins Stadium for these Capital City Cavaliers. Of course, they will likely be hosting a playoff game next week. So really, between this and next week, final chances to catch the Cavaliers here at Atkins before their new facility opens up next year, which I'm going to be excited to check that out. It's going to be a new, beautiful facility and a place that the Cavaliers can truly call home.
Yeah, top-notch athletic facilities so far at Capital City, especially that basketball arena that they have.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun.
Chrisman back to field this one as Kirksville has the football to start the second half. And Chrisman forced out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That's where the Kirksville Tigers will start their first drive of the game, or of the second half, rather. To start the game, Kirksville didn't have much success on offense. The only success that they saw was really in the air and didn't allow them to see the success that they wanted on the offensive end. Just one touchdown in that first half, and they just couldn't keep up with the surge of the Capital City offense.
And really, if you take a look at the first downs, Capital City being efficient in that 15-7. The turnovers, Capital City getting 2 compared to the 1 from Kirksville.
Pitch it left to Chrisman. Brooks Horton, the sophomore, in the backfield to wrap him up. A loss of 6 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 16.
Just a great pitch and just a great stop coming in for Cap City. Once again, the pitch and catch can work out, but Capital City doing a great job just spreading their men out, try to ease the pressure.
They give to Chrisman. He's got some room to work with left, cuts it back inside, drags Wiegand across the 35 and up to the 36.
Great movement and a great bounce back after being down second and 16. So moving up just a little bit closer on 3rd and 1, third downs. Not have been terribly kind to Kirksville this evening. But Chrisman, of course, he's been absolutely dominant, the main component to this offense tonight from Danielson.
3rd and 1. They give to Chrisman. And doesn't have enough room to work with. Gavin McDaniel, the senior, on the stop. Loss of 2 on the play to bring up 4th and 3. Kirksville offense stays on the field. Big play. Rolling right is Danielson. Where can he go? Looking for Kent. And it is too far away from him to haul in the grab.
Just trying to find Kent on that right side and just try to get a little bit of an out-of-bounds gain to push a little bit further, but not just enough. And just like that, we're going to see Capital City retake the field, or at least their offense retake the field for the first time this quarter. With 10:07 left to go. Going to be interesting to see kind of how some of the play call is going to go. We could see Thomas and Jacobs as we normally do. As Jacobs just barreling his way through, getting about 5-6 yards on the carry. But also, too, we've noticed Hayden Carroll really making more of an impact tonight, kind of taking it himself, getting 40 yards in the first half. Really just now seeing different targets than the Jacobs and Thomas combination. It'll be interesting to see how Joe Collier is going to utilize that.
Under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd. They give to Jacobs. Close to the first down marker, but I think it's short. 3rd and 1 upcoming. Short field for Capital City after Kirksville got a first down, but went 3 and out.
Now you got a 3rd and inches situation, which Hurley Jacobs, this is where it's normally his time to shine here.
Instead, it's Jalen Thomas's turn. He's got enough for the first down. As they'll set up 1st and 10 inside the 25.
It's the 7th 3rd down conversion tonight for Capital City. We're utilizing those conversions very efficiently this evening.
They're going to bring out the chains to measure this. I can see from up here it's a first down.
No question. 3rd time we've seen the chains being broken out this evening, but once again, with just that running attack, just push, and really the offensive line helping them push just a little bit closer and closer. No question that it is. No question that it's a first down. Even more than a yard, it looks like from our vantage point too.
Yeah. But don't blame the officials for wanting to get it right.
Absolutely. Accuracy is everything, and we do have to thank our officials for everything that they do all season long.
Jacobs gets the handoff, and he takes it home to the house. Hurley Jacobs, 2-2's got his 2nd TD of the night.
And what else would you expect from Jacobs, just continuing to push it in all on his own? Getting a nice 25-yard carry into the end zone, just like that. Touchdown number 2 this evening. So he's got just, once again, his ability just to read through defenses and make it look like easy as pie. That's exactly what he does. He gets Capital City up through scores.
Extra point is up and good. A.J. Kemker is good. We will take it to break as the Capital City Cavaliers lead by 3 touchdowns with under 9 to go in the 3rd.
Extreme Internet is honestly just a better product. It's a better service all around. There's so much to it.
A lot of the compliments we get, they love how the service is super fast. They can get up to 1 gig speed. It's the fastest internet I've ever had. I would not want to go back to anyone else.
The reliability of Mediacom's network is nearly 100%. It's always on, it's always there, ready whenever you want.
Trust the pros. Get Extreme Internet starting at $19.99 a month for a year.
Well, the Capital City Cavaliers continue to steamroll the Kirksville Tigers. With 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter, they've already put up another score. And now Kirksville will have to fight from 21 down. But they got the right man with the football now, Mr. Christman. But he puts it on the deck. Did Isaiah Franklin hop on top of it? He did. This Capital City team is just absolutely rocking on all cylinders tonight.
No question, and Crispin's second time he bobbled that. On the initial punt, you see the first time, hits the deck, he's trying to get another run in two, was then quickly brought out by two defensemen, bobbled, and Franklin quickly scoops it up, and just like that, Capital City right back where they want to be, a short yardage, very short yardage in the red zone, 17 yards to go.
Wishbone on 1st and 10. Jacobs trying to get behind his blockers. I know he's eyeing the goal line for touchdown number 3 tonight.
Jacobs just wanting to push through everything that he can, and that's what he's been known doing all season long. Kind of with the mantra, if I'm going down, you're going down with me.
Second and 6. This time, Jalen Thomas has a house call of his own. Number 2 on the night for the freshman. And the Capital City Cavaliers lead by 4 scores.
What more can you say? It's Jalen Thomas reading through the defense, couldn't stop a man. It just continues to push through and just show the excellent running back that he is. And you see why that the dynamic duo of Thomas and Jacobs is so deadly. It's a 14th running touchdown tonight, or 14th on the season, we should say, for Thomas. What can we say about these two except they are a dynamic duo? Probably one of the most dynamic duos in all of CMAC play.
Kempker's extra point is up and good. He's getting a ton of action tonight. Is the senior kicker. One of the smallest players on this roster, listed at 5'4", 130. But that young man's got heart of steel.
That he does, and just his ability to come on in, get those extra points, get a few field goals up there too. And just really how we see this team be explosive in their identity, in really just taking advantage of any other team's mishaps. As we saw the bobble twice from Crispin on the punt return, just the ability to just shut your opponents down and make you pay quickly is exactly this identity that Joe Collier is relishing in this season. And just like that, you're up 4 scores, 2 touchdowns in less than a minute.
Squib kick.